Hey folks, and thank you for coming to visit my channel again. Today I'd like to explain to you how I do my distant attunements. I'm attuning 11 people today to Usui Reiki 2. In the first instance, I will send the recipients a series of recordings, the training lessons, so that they're prepared for Reiki 2 and how to use it. I'll also send them the Reiki 2 manual ahead of their attunement process, because I want them to get as much information and preparation and understanding of the symbols and of how to use Reiki before I commence the attunement. Now, all the 11 people that I'm attuning today have previously been attuned by me distantly to Reiki 1. And again, I sent the manual, the attunements, and the certificate. So it's a full package, just as you were being attuned in person. Now, most people do like to be attuned in person, and I'm happy to do that. I live in London, so if you would like to be attuned by me in person, please do contact me. And I will travel within, sort of reasonable distance to attune people as well. But I have Reiki souls that are in contact with me and work with me all over the world. So I don't want to exclude them from being attuned by me if they so wish. Therefore, I've developed a system of distant attunements, and I want to take you through that process today. So stage 1, yes, I will send the package, send the lessons and the manual. On the day of the attunement, I ask my participants to prepare as they awaken with a short prayer, just to call in their Reiki guides and masters, and to ask for preparation for the attunement today, and ask them to bless me so that I may be adequately and properly prepared to attune them also. Then they go about their day. And the wonderful thing about a distant attunement is, once the process is complete, it will stay in the person's aura, ready for them to call it in when they're ready. So it might be that I do my attunement at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but Jane Doe doesn't come home from work until 6. So then after a nice Epsom salts bath to prepare her, Jane can rest on her bed or sit in meditation, perhaps hands in prayer position, and say, I am now ready to call in the Reiki attunement as sent to me by Reiki Master Helen. It's as simple as that. She knows she's going to receive that attunement. She'll then lay back or sit back for 20 minutes or so, just to let the energies consolidate and ground. And then she'll be ready to use her Reiki 2, according to the teaching in the manual that I sent and the recordings that she's received. Just let these noises go. It's a building site where I live at the moment. We're having all the cladding done on the apartments. So we've got scaffolding and work people everywhere. So I think the noise has stopped. So first of all, I'll put on some lovely Reiki music, and then I will go and have a cold shower. Oh, we're going to have to accept this noise. So I'll go have a cold shower, paying particular attention to my palm chakras, because that's where I'll be beaming symbols from. When I've had my cold shower, I will come back and I will smudge. I will smudge myself with my smudge stick to ensure that I am completely free of negativity or any energies that would interrupt. I will then prepare my space. So I'll put on one of my sacred ritual incense sticks. I'll then take an angel card for the day. You can see those. And the angel card for today's series of attunements, the 11 people I'm attuning today, is the angel of care. I am filled with joy as I care for people and things and all of nature. Loving care is the soul touch of light in everything we do. Beyond consciousness of order and balance, when we care for all with which we have been entrusted, there is also an attraction of invisible helpers that begin to cooperate with the success of what we are creating. How wonderful that is, isn't it? That information that we have a band of invisible helpers assisting us to care for others. So I have a band of invisible helpers that are going to be round me when I'm attuning people today. I already call in my own team of helpers, my guides and my masters, my multidimensional higher self, and all the galactics and angels that work with me. But it's nice to know there's an invisible band of helpers even further around that circle who are assisting this attunement today. Now, when I prepared my space, first of all, I cleaned the table. I lit 2 candles. Here's one of them, you can see. Whoa. And I have my plants around me. So I'll make sure my plants are around me. This one's growing lots of little babies, look. So I have plants because they're living, healing beings as well. So I'm surround the table with candles and plants and crystals. Let me take a drink of water, please. I have my angel card. I'm smudged. When I feel the space is ready, I will ensure so by running my pendulum through the space. And my pendulum is telling me, is the space ready for a Reiki attunement? And my pendant is telling me, my pendulum is telling me, yes, it is. Now, how does one do a distant or remote attunement? Now, some Reiki masters like to use a teddy bear or a doll and then go through the attunement process. Now, I find that a bit restrictive because at times when you're doing a hands-on attunement, you want your student to sit in prayer position, have prayer position at their heart or prayer position over their head, which is difficult to do with a teddy bear. So I have my little Reiki soul. Here's my Reiki soul. Say hi, Reiki soul, because my Reiki soul acts as a proxy to whoever I am attuning that day. So I can put my Reiki soul's hands in prayer position. Over the crown is a bit difficult, so I have to bend the Reiki soul's head. Over the third eye is fine. Over the throat is fine. Over the heart chakra is fine. And those are the positions that I would want a one-to-one in-person Reiki student to be able to place their hands. So my Reiki student will be sitting, my Reiki soul will be sitting ready to receive the attunement. I prop them up against a larger, for me it's a big blue jug, and I prop my Reiki soul against the big blue jug. And then I write the person's name down on a piece of paper. Now, I'm not going to show you the person's name because that would be impolite, but I would write their name down on the paper, and then I just clip it to Reiki soul's shoulder. And whilst I'm going through the process, whoops, that one didn't want to be clipped. Okay, little live wire, you're saved from being clipped. So I would clip the person's name. And then as I go through the same positions and the same protocol as I would in my hands-on Reiki attunement, including the violet breath. So everyone who's attuned by me to Reiki is also attuned to violet breath. So I take Reiki soul through all those attunement processes, but each time I am beaming in the symbols, I'm visualizing this person. So it isn't for me Reiki soul sitting there, it's the person that I'm attuning. Before this process, I will have asked my guides and the Grand Masters of Reiki to ensure this attunement reaches that person. And I double up at the end of the attunement process when I've drawn the large symbols and grounded the soul. I will then visualize that person again, and I will call in my Reiki Grand Masters and Masters and guides, and I will ask them to ensure that that Reiki attunement has properly and most highly, beautifully been sent and received by the person I'm attuning. It's very important for me to ensure, that all the people that I'm attuning receive their attunement. So again, I will use the pendulum afterwards. I will say, for instance, has the lady whose name I'm looking at now, because I don't want to use it, the lady whose name I'm looking at now, has she properly received the Reiki attunement today? And I get a yes. We can test it out. Has Bob Geldof successfully received a Reiki attunement from me today? And we get a no. Has the lady's name I'm reading received an attunement from me today? And we get a yes. So I will always test that somebody has received the attunement properly. And if they haven't, if I get no, and I have done before, maybe I've drawn a symbol incorrectly, or maybe I've taken my hands away too soon before the beaming was complete, then I will just repeat the whole process again. Each distant process, takes about 15 minutes. It would take about 20 to 25 in person, but that would be longer because I'd be walking around the body and drawing all the symbols in with both my hands, or as I just do my fingers. It's a little bit quicker with my fingers when I'm doing it with my Reiki soul. But it's still only about 5 minutes less. It is a complete attunement. I don't do it just by visualization, as some people do. I don't do it just by crown to crown, as some people do. I don't do it merely by intention, as some people do. And I don't do the Reiki 1, 2, and 3, the Usui or Sakine Reiki by Chi Ball. Now, Chi Ball is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Chi Ball. You can look that up on Google if you're not familiar with the Chi Ball. But that is how a lot of Reiki people send distant attunements. And I do send Kundalini attunements that way because it's very easy to send via the Chi Ball. But I prefer to do the Usui or Sakine Teramai attunements by this proxy distant attunement manner, because I'm opening up all the chakras. Whereas when you do a Kundalini attunement, there is an assumption that that person has already received Reiki 1 and 2, so the chakras are already open enough for them to receive Kundalini Reiki. Well, that's my process. After each attunement, so I will do attunement number 1, I will go and wash my hands and then make sure that I run the cold tap right into my palm chakras again, so I am cleansing them and opening them. Then I will re-smudge. I will get a new incense stick if necessary. So I cleanse the space before and after each attunement. If you would like to have an attunement with me, I would be delighted. A distant attunement or a one-to-one. If you live in London or near London, I'm happy to do a one-to-one with you, though I would have to charge travel expenses coming to you. If you want to come to me, that's fine also. You can come to my home and I would attune you to Reiki level 1, 2, or 3, or to Kundalini Reiki. Otherwise, I do distant attunements in Usui and Sakine Reiki and also Kundalini Reiki. Just contact me on Reiki_heart_healing at protonmail.com for more information. Any questions you might have, I'm happy to answer. Or get me on awakening_with_Reiki on Twitter or on Instagram, which is the same, awakening_with_Reiki. That is the handle for both Twitter. I nearly said something I shouldn't. Twitter and Instagram. And my website, which is being built, will also be awakeningwithreiki.com, but it isn't ready yet. Watch this space. I'm going to let you know when my website is up. It will be soon, and I'm so excited about that because then I can hopefully reach hundreds and hundreds more people. But my YouTube channel, please share it, because my mission with Gaia is to reach as many people with Kundalini Reiki, to attune as many people as possible to Reiki, and to heal as many people as possible with Reiki. That is my mission with Gaia as part of the ascension process. And on my website, I'm going to have some wonderful courses as well, some awakening courses, some ascension courses, some course. There's a course entitled, Stepping into Your Divine Self. There's a course entitled Awakening with Reiki, which is, of course, is my website name, but Awakening Your Kundalini with Reiki. And there's a course entitled Connecting to Your Divine Counterpart, which will bring you that person to you. And these are all underpinned with the appropriate Reiki and working with Reiki guides and masters. So please, when my website is built, check it out. I will, of course, let you know when that is. But in the meantime, please share my channel. Please share my videos. Please contact me on Instagram, because I'd love to hear from you, or on Twitter, or indeed with my email address. I'd love to hear from you, and I would love to attune you and your friends and your family. God bless you all. Namaste.